Hi, my name is Dan Haug. I work for Prairie Rivers of Iowa, a nonprofit in Ames. I'm the water quality specialist. Work on educating people about water quality, helping with water quality monitoring. One of my earliest memories of water is doing water bugs with Story County Conservation. I was waist deep in a marsh and I was loving it. There's all kinds of cool bugs, the blackbirds were singing, and it was wet and squishy, but I didn't mind. Water's cool. That was one of my earliest memories, and I think as I got into high school, it was kind of a deepening of that understanding. That I got a summer job pulling weeds in Carl Kurtz's prairie, and got to understand the potential of what used to be here, and can we bring some of that back. I got involved in growing vegetables at the Iowa State University student organic farm, and got to thinking about how can agriculture be part of the solution to environmental issues. So moved away to Wisconsin for a while, but had a chance to move back to work at Prairie Rivers of Iowa, and been really excited to get back here and again deepen my understanding of our local land and water. Curiosity is a lot of what motivates me. When I do some water quality monitoring, I see interesting results. I want to know what's going on, and that motivates me to dig a little deeper, see what other kinds of data are out there, talk to people, get a better idea of what's going on, what the solutions might be. One of the things I'd encourage Iowans of all ages to do is just to get to know your land and where the water flows. So, for instance, I found out that in my neighborhood, the storm sewers flow to this big pipe below Ames High, and we've measured really high phosphorus and E. coli levels. We've seen big gushers of water come out when we get a heavy rain and the rain hits the surface. And there are things that homeowners can do, like picking up after your dog so that that's not flushed out into the creek, planting a rain garden so we reduce the amount of runoff. That just kind of gets me thinking that there's something that anyone can do, and one of the first steps is getting to know your place a little bit better. I like to get out in the creek every day. There's always something new to see, whether that's frogs and fish and weird bugs, birds. So I just always enjoy getting outside and exploring nature. I try to get my kids outside and enjoying nature too. Taking them out to Iowa Creek and wading in the water, with a net, catching frogs. We do paddling and fishing. I think people sometimes take Iowa for granted, that it's all corn and soybeans, and there's just so many treasures to find once you get out and explore. What's in stake with our lakes, rivers, and streams is public health, for one. There are a lot of people that get their drinking water from rivers. I found out that my office is on Xenia Rural Water. We get our water indirectly from the Des Moines River, and we've seen high nitrate levels in there, so want to keep those from going any higher because that can have health impacts. I think recreation is at stake, and with that economic development that comes from people wanting to move to a place where they can then recreate. Algae blooms and fish kills, that really diminishes our opportunity, and if we can work with landowners in our watersheds to improve that, then there's really opportunities to improve things for wildlife and improve things for recreation. What gives me hope for water in Iowa is just the number of people who care. That I've worked with local groups who are doing citizen science. I have worked with county supervisors and mayors who care about this issue. I've worked with farmers who are planting cover crops or installing a wood chip bioreactor. There's a lot of interest and enthusiasm for this issue, and I think that if we can harness that and put it towards solutions, there's a lot that can be done. The things that I've done in my job that gives me the most pleasure is the road signs that we installed. We installed 105 signs marking creeks in Story County and 50 watershed signs. So on my way to this creek, I drove past a entering Iowa Creek watershed sign, and it's just a great way to get people thinking about how land relates to water and understanding their place a little bit better.